Honorable members, I think we have to start our meeting. We can see that we are now correct. The members that are inside are 5. And then the chair, who has made an apology here, is also on the visual platforms, and the other colleagues in the visual platforms, we can see them here. A warm hearty welcome to this meeting. I will then request ISPA to give us apologies if we do have any apologies.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. We did not receive any apologies today.
Okay, thank you very much. We want to welcome, a warm hearty welcome to our Premier of our province, Kodite. We are glad that you are coming before this committee, Finance Committee, to account before us. And you always, if we are busy, you come through visual. We really appreciate the support that we get from you, because if you are the first person to do oversight in your department, and then you come to us and also account to us to say, how do you play the oversight in the department? We really appreciate your presence and your entourage. We welcome all of them to this meeting. Before we start, we'll request the honorable members or the honorable chair of this committee has apologized. He has attended the doctor's appointment today. That's why he's not here, Mr. Dlungwane. So I'm standing in for him to this meeting. I will then request honorable members to adopt the agenda as presented, as sent to them, not today, long time. Honorable Pratiseth.
Thank you, Chair. I will propose the agenda.
Thank you. There is a proposer. Honorable de Klerk.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. I'll second it.
Thank you so much. I think the agenda is duly adopted. We can then now go back to our Honorable Premier to give him an opportunity to do the remarks in this meeting. And then after that, we will then take to the Mr. Nguba. Oh, no, I'm claiming or Dr. Kwala today. Yes, thank you very much. Over to you, Honorable Premier.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair of our meeting today. The honorable members present, the acting DG, Dr. Kwala. Mr. Ngubane is on sick leave. That is why Dr. Kwala is standing in for him. The HOD for Community Safety and Liaison, Special Advisor Dr. Donda, Chief of Staff, and the entire management, the CFOs present. I also wish to express our appreciation to be afforded this opportunity, which is important to us to make a very important presentation before the committee. This engagement is an important constitutional mechanism that strengthens transparency, accountability, and public confidence in government. And it provides us with an opportunity not only to account for the resources entrusted to us, but also to demonstrate how those resources will be translated into tangible outcomes that improve the lives of the people of KwaZulu-Natal. These hearings take place at a time when both a country and a province continue to operate within a constrained fiscal environment. Global economic uncertainty, geopolitical tensions, subdued economic growth, and persistent domestic pressure continues to place significant demands on the public purse. These realities require government to make difficult choices, prioritize carefully, and ensure that limited resources are directed towards programs that deliver the greatest impact. However, fiscal constraints cannot become an excuse for reduced ambition. The people of KwaZulu-Natal rightly expect government to provide services, create opportunities, maintain safety, and improve their quality of life. Our responsibility as leaders is therefore to balance two equally important imperatives: the acceleration of service delivery and the prudent management of public finances. Neither can exist without the other. Effective service delivery requires sound financial management, while responsible financial management must ultimately translate into better outcomes for our citizens. For this reason, I respectfully submit that the budgets before the committee should not be viewed merely as financial allocations. They must be understood as strategic instruments for advancing the priorities of the 7th administration. Every program, every project, and every expenditure item must contribute towards our broader objectives of inclusive economic growth, job creation, poverty reduction, social cohesion, ethical governance, and the building of a capable developmental state. The challenge before us is not simply to spend public funds. The challenge is to spend wisely, spend responsibly, and spend in a manner that produces measurable results. In a period of limited resources, government must continuously improve efficiency, eliminate waste, strengthen accountability, and ensure that every rand entrusted to the state delivers maximum value for the people we serve. Chairperson, in my capacity as the executive authority responsible for the Office of the Premier and the Department of Community Safety and Liaison, I present this budget through the respective accounting officers and management teams. I do so with confidence that the plans before the committee have been subjected to rigorous internal assessment and are aligned with both provincial priorities and the realities of our fiscal environment. I have personally satisfied myself that the strategic plans, annual performance plans, and budget allocation presented by both institutions demonstrate a coherent relationship between policy priorities, available resources, and expected outcomes. I'm equally satisfied that the programs prioritized are realistic, implementable, and capable of making a meaningful contribution towards improving governance, strengthening coordination across government, and enhancing safety within our communities. However, honorable members, I readily acknowledge that the resources available to us are not sufficient to address every challenge facing our province. The needs of our communities remain substantial, and the expectations placed upon government continue to grow. With those words, I wish to thank the opportunity to do the remarks to yourself, to your good self, Honorable Chairperson and honorable members present in the committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. I think indeed this opportunity for us today of EPRE and ECE are critical instruments of accountability. Yes, as well as the transparency. And we appreciate that you have presented these notes that you have indicated to us, the comments that you have made, Honorable Premier. It's really upon us to also play oversight, as we are saying, that we are presenting to us also with an understanding that we must, as a committee, look at it, interrogate it, so that we strengthen the office of the Premier or the department going forward, also for community safety and liaison, because I think we are two in one. Honorable Premier, and we are holding very well this position that we are in. I will then request the department to present the reports. I think today it's Dr. Kwala that will take us through. We'll give it to you, and then after that, we will be giving to the Zulu Royal Household to present to us, because they are also partly in the office of the Premier, because the Premier also is the one that is assisting that a Royal Household unit in the Premier's office. Over to you, Doc.
Thank you very much. Greetings to you, Chairperson, the Honorable Premier, all members. The department is represented by our CFO, acting CFO, Mr. Ntombela, as well as the Royal Household Trust, also as a CFO, Mr. Sipho Buthelezi. They will proceed with those items as you've directed, Mr. Ntombela.
Honorable Madam Chair, Honorable Premier, honorable members, special advisors, acting DG, HOD, Chief of Staff, HOM, and colleagues, good afternoon. The presentation I'm about to do outlines the 2026-27 medium-term expenditure framework budget for the Office of the Premier. This presentation outlines our revenue outlook, expenditure, priorities, a key strategic focus area over the EF period. When we look at our revenue, Honorable Chair, the department's revenue remains limited and largely administrative in nature. The total revenue is projected to increase to 1.626 million in the 26-27 financial year, mainly due to the once-off of sale of capital assets amounting to 1.332 million. The revenue streams include the sales of goods and services, interest of staff debts, which remains minimal, sale of capital assets, as well as recovery of financial assets from prior years. Overall, revenue remains constrained and does not significantly influence the funding envelope, Chair. The 2026-27 budget year was developed within a constrained fiscal environment, primarily due to reduction of the provincial equitable share. Budget reduction were affected following the decision by the Provincial Executive Council, and further adjustments were communicated by National Treasury in February 2026. The departments also received funding for early retirement program as well as voluntary exit program. These are aimed at improving the long-term sustainability of compensation cost. Budget cuts are more pronounced in the outer years, particularly affecting Program 2, which is the institutional development. The overall budget allocation, Madam Chair, amounts to 856.2 million in 2026-27 financial year. These are made up as follows. Administration is 234.2 million. Institutional development is 392.7 million. Policy and governance, it's 229.2 million. The institutional development remains the largest program, Madam Chair, reflecting the focus on strengthening systems such as ICT and organizational capacity. Reprioritization measures in response to fiscal pressures, the department undertook extensive reprioritization. This includes the 14.5 million reprioritized for administration, 14.1 million added to institutional development. Funds were redirected to critical pressures such as ICT services and finance lists, legal costs, training and development, as well as communication and operational commitments. This reflects a deliberate shift towards operational efficiency and strategic enablement. Expenditure trends, Madam Chair, the main expenditure drivers in 2026-27 are compensation of employees, which amounts to 420.9 million, goods and services, 326.8 million, transfers and subsidies, 84.6 million, and capital assets, which amounts to 23.8 million. When we zoom into the programs, Madam Chair, starting with the administration, the focus key areas there includes executive and administration support, financial management and reporting, as well as intergovernmental coordination. The key priorities of the administration is strengthening the fiscal system, filling the critical vacant post. Program 2 which is the largest and most strategic program, focuses on ICT modernization, human resource development, legal services, and forensic investigation. The significance allocation there, Chair, is the ICT infrastructure, training and capacity building, as well as legal cost pressures. Under Program 3, the focus was on the strategic coordination and priority initiatives. The Premier's priority programs amounts to 103.7 million, Royal Household 93.5 million. Transfers and public entities, Madam Chair, an amount of 28.8 million is allocated to the Zulu Royal Household in the year 26-27. This supports the statutory and operational requirements with allocations increasing steadily over the MTEF. Infrastructure investments, the amount is 22 million in the 26-27 financial year. The key priorities is the maintenance and refurbishment of projects, building leases, infrastructure supports to the Royal Household. Chair, the donor funding project has been extended to September 2026, although no new allocations reflected in the MTEF. In conclusion, Chair and the honorable members, the 2026-27 budget reflects a carefully balanced response to fiscal constraints with emphasis on operational efficiency, strategic reprioritization, strengthening institutional capacity. Despite limited growth, the departments remain committed to enhancing governance, improving coordination, sustaining service delivery across the province. I thank you, Chair. That's the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, CFO, for that presentation. I think the honorable members will be noting the questions that they will want to pose, because we will request Royal Household to do the presentation. We will request Mr. Buthelezi again to do the presentation, but not the one for the Department of the Premier, the one for Royal Household, Zulu Royal Household, to do the presentation.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, and greetings to Honorable Chairperson, honorable members. Greetings to the Honorable Premier, the Acting DG, the HOD, and all other colleagues that are present, as well as the advisors to the Premier. Thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson and honorable members, for this opportunity. I will go straight to the presentation. I will start at slide number 6, which shows revenue estimate for the financial year 26-27, which reflect a budget of 28.783 under transfers, as well as just above 250,000 as interest. The following slide shows the budget structure in terms of program, which is slide number 6. Program 1, administration, which caters for office running costs, has a budget of 8.4 million, which also include the audit cost for internal and external audit. Program 2, which is royal operations, has a total budget of 16.93 million, as well as the last program, Program 3, which has a budget allocation of 3.7 million. When you go to slide number 8, Honorable Chairperson and honorable members, It shows the summary of our estimate in terms of economic classification for Program 1. Employee compensation has a budget allocation of 4.26 million, and goods and services has a total budget of 4.1 million, which is responsible for office running cost as well as internal and external audit cost. The following slide will be slide number 13, which shows the summary of budget allocation in terms of economic classification for Program 2. Program 2 is the program that is responsible for providing support to the members of the Zulu Royal family. Goods and health services has a budget allocation of 13.8 million. As part of Program 2, we also have budget for capital project, which is mainly for refurbishment of palaces, which total to 2.369 million allocation. The following slide, which is slide number 14, just shows the breakdown of the budget estimate for infrastructure for day-to-day maintenance of 10 palaces. Has a budget allocation of 2.4 million, and then infrastructure refurbishment has a budget allocation of 3.269 million. The last slide I will go to, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Members, is slide number 18, which shows the budget estimates for Program 3, which has a budget allocation of 3.7 million, which is allocated specifically for the implementation of the beef initiatives that is currently being attended to and implemented. The last slide, which is slide number 20, just shows an overview of the budget estimate in terms of economic classification. Employee compensation has a budget of 4.266 billion. Goods and services has a total allocation of 21.6 million, and infrastructure capital has a budget allocation of 3.1 to cater for refurbishment of palaces as well as procurement of other infrastructure items, especially for the new palace. With your permission, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Members, may I request to stop there? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Telezi, for the presentation. Welcome, Honorable Dex. We saw you on the visual platforms. Thank you that you are inside now. We have got the presentations, two presentations. Now we go to vote 9, the presentation from vote 9, Community Safety and Liaison. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson, honorable members of the Finance Portfolio Committee. I'd like to greet our Honorable Premier, Acting DG, colleagues from from all the entities that are in attendance. I would like to make a presentation to the Finance Portfolio Committee on the budget of the Department of Community Safety and Liaison, which is vote 9, and its alignment with the strategic objectives of the department, the budget alignment. We want to present that the Department of Community Safety at the main is to ensure safe and peaceful KwaZulu-Natal, which is the statement that we achieve through funded programs and the intensification of the visibility of the department through the department. The Department of Community Safety has 2 programs. The first program is on administration, which is Program 1, and the second program is Provincial Secretariat for Police, which is Program 3. And then in slide 11, where we are presenting the budget over the MTF period, we are presenting a budget for 2026-2027 budget of 287,357,000, and which is increasing over the financial years, and the breakdown of the budget over the two programs, with administration allocated 127,282,000 rands, and then the provincial secretariat for police service, which is program 2, it's 160,075,000. We are then giving a breakdown, if with your permission, Honorable Chairperson, on the economic classification over between the two programs in the outlines. The first one on program 1, in terms of economic classification, we are outlining that compensation of employees is 153.2 million. On goods and services for 26-27, it's 131.3 million. On transfer payment, it's 837 million. Payment for capital assets is 1.9 million. And then we are zero on the capital assets. And then we then provide in slide number 14 the breakdown in terms of economic classifications in program 1, which is our administration. Compensation of employees is 60 million. Goods and services is 66.4 million. Transfers and subsidies is 48,000. And payment for capital assets is 721,000 rands. And we outline that the sub-programs within program 1 on slide number 15, where we are outlining that the first one is the Office of the HOD, and then financial management. And then on slide number 16, we're outlining all the sub-programs, corporate services, legal services, security services, and the Office of the Ministry, and how the objectives of each program and the amounts that are allocated for 2026, 2027, which are totaling up to how I have alluded to before. Then in slide number 19, we are proceeding to Provincial Secretariat for Police and outlining the objectives and the programs of that subdirector of that program, which is at the main service delivery program of the department. With the purpose being to perform the function of oversight over the Office of the Provincial Commissioner of South African Police Services and Specialized Units, as well as community police relations at a provincial level. The sub-programs in program 2, the first one is policy and research, and then we have monitoring and evaluation function. And then on slide number 20, we're listing other sub-programs in program 2, which is safety promotion, community police relation, and then the program support. And then the budget in terms of sub-program in program 2 are being outlined in slide number 21. The policy and research is 5.2 million for the financial year 2026-27. The monitoring and evaluation sub-program is 21.8 million. Safety promotion, it's 87.8 million. Community police relations, the budget on that sub-program is 15 million, and then on program support is 30 million. We are then requesting the Finance Portfolio Committee to note the budget for the Department of Community Safety and Liaison and its alignment with the strategic priorities and outcomes of the department. I thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Very much, NG Kanyile. Thank you so much. This was the last presentation, colleagues, from OTP, Zulu Royal Household, as well as Community Safety and Liaison. I will now take this opportunity to give honorable members, if they have got questions, not only questions, and also recommendations to assist to strengthen the department's performance to what they are doing currently. Ngizonota, I will note even the remarks by Honorable Premier. If there is something that you want to raise, you are also welcome. All the presentation that has been presented before us. I'm noting Honorable de Klerk as the first one.
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Seme? No, we are asking on the presentations that we have received from the department, if there are any questions or any recommendation to strengthen the workings of the department, because it's not only to criticize, it's also to give recommendations to assist our government to do better. The second one is Honorable Brauteset. Kuze Honorable Seme, Honorable Kanye, Honorable Dex. On the platforms, anybody? At the moment, there is no one from the visual platforms. I will hand over to Honorable de Klerk. So the way we are going to follow it, Honorable de Klerk will ask the question and then we'll receive the answer or answers from the departments. If he does have a follow-up, we'll go back to him and then move to the second honorable member. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Chair. I've got a few questions. My questions is not designed to criticize, but to just have an understanding of the budget itself. So my first question is, how will the department fund pay progression shortfalls in the outer years? I will ask a few questions and then it can be answered. I think it will work a bit better. My second one is, what is the long-term plan for Youth Empowerment Fund beyond the once-off allocations? And then under this item, are the current repatriation sustainable without affecting core services? Maybe if you can answer me on those.
Two questions.
Thank you very much for that question. Could we just get clarity in terms of the department and the shortfall, whether it is directed to which particular department?
No, it's OTP. I'm just asking.
Okay. We'll hand over then to CFO to respond to those two questions.
Honorable Chair, may I kindly request the first question to be repeated? I didn't get it clearly.
No problem. How will the department, that's OTP, fund the pay progression shortfalls in the outer years?
In other words, is there any plan for the department or the provision that the department has made to pay for projection in the outer years?
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. We have made a provision for the pay progressions in the outer financial years, where we do fall short, we utilize the savings from the compensation of employees to fund such payments, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. The second question was, maybe it's easier to do it like this. What is the long-term plan for the Youth Empowerment Fund beyond the once-off allocations that you receive? I'm sure we're not going to have these once-off allocations on a yearly basis. So what is the plan to deal with that?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Currently, we have a plan in place in which we do monitoring for the beneficiaries that have been awarded to ensure the sustainability of their businesses, as well as to ensure that they are monitored. The contract which the beneficiaries sign, it's for the duration of 3 years. So during which the departments do the follow-up and provide support and ensure that there is value for money regarding to the hours that are being given. However, I will also request the acting DG to assist in this question. Thank you.
Okay. No, thank you very much. With regards to the long-term plan, the question is in relation to the fund itself, beyond the once-off allocations. The fund currently operates in an interesting space in the sense that there must be there's greater demand for the fund to offer agency support in terms of the beneficiaries' assistance down the line after the actual allocation of the beneficiaries. So there are current discussions with regards to other agencies, with regards to ensuring that the fund works collaboratively with existing agencies that support the youth nationally and as well as in the province. There are also discussions across departments with regards to collaborating across departments where there is currently a concept paper which discusses the fund as an integrated fund which integrates all government interventions relating to youth empowerment. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I've got just a few questions. Sorry, please stop me if I take too long, Chair. What is the practical impact of reducing the goods and services on operations? Thus, which services or programs will be scaled down or delayed because of the reprioritization of the funds?
Can you repeat the questions? The question?
What is the practical impact of the reducing goods and services and on operational issues? Which services or programs will be scaled down or delayed?
Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Well, we have reduced mainly through goods and services, ensuring that we cut down on firstly S&Ts and accommodations. So we monitoring the traveling very closely. We use other alternatives such as visual platform to ensure that we reduce traveling and accommodation. That's one, and we ensure that we mainly focus on the service delivery related programs. So there will be no impact in that regard with regards to the cost containment and the reduced allocation. However, under goods and services, we also cut down on the purchase of assets, furniture and equipment, ensuring that we utilize what we have and we're not committing on the new expenditure. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, what we are saying that the reduction in regard to goods and services is not going to have any impact, even if you cut on the buying of assets and so on. Is this what we are telling us here, sir?
Honorable Chair, as we are cutting down, we are ensuring also that the functioning of the department is not compromised. As we are reducing on traveling, but those are important meetings, they do continue using other alternatives. So there is not negative impact that will be realized, but the affected program in the main is the administration. So that's where you will find your compensation of employees. We're only focusing on the critical position that are being filled, where we can use with the programs such as the graduates program. We utilize those until there is improvements as far as the allocations are concerned. So with regards to the core service delivery services, there is no negative impact that will be.
Thanks, sir. Over to you, Honorable de Klerk. Are you covered with the responses from your questions?
I've noted it. Thank you, Chair. I've got two further questions. Just one, the second last one. And that is on Program 3. How will the department maintain effectiveness despite the negative growth of Program 3?
Thank you, Madam Chair. One is digesting the question. I'm not sure if I understand it correctly. If I may have it repeated, Chair, thanks.
If I look at the presentation, it looks to me that Program 3 is actually, there's a negative growth. It's not an increasing amount of money. So what I'm asking is, will the department be able to be effective in that program, considering that reality?
You heard, sir?
Yes, thank you so much.
Talking about Program 3 and the negative, growth, maybe, if you can.
Yes, no, thank you so much, Chair. When you look at Program 3, you will realize that in the main, it's for provincial policy management, which also includes policy development, premier's priority programs, as well as the rural household. Yes, it is correct when you look at the outer years that there is no significant increase due to the reduction in equitable share. So we normally ensure that the cost containment measures that we put in place and the realized savings, they cater for wherever there is a shortfall. So when we realize savings in other programs, we reprioritize to other programs that the need is where there is a need, where it is most needed. So at the moment, as much as it is difficult, but that's how we juggle the reprioritization, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think you can understand my worry. And then my last question, which is similar. On the outer year growth for compensation of employees, it is very low to cover the pay progression, or it's too low, actually. Would you agree with me that it's too low to cover the pay progression in the outer years? And what plans is in place to deal with that?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I would agree with the Honourable Member, Chair. However, when it comes to the compensation of employees and filling of the critical position, as we begin the financial year, Honourable Chair, you will agree with me that for all budgeted vacant positions, we don't fill them immediately due to the recruitment processes that would take place. So we do realize savings at the beginning of the financial year, which we can use to reprioritize where there are financial pressures. What also happens is that in most cases we fill the vacant position internally, which will also further ensure that we realize savings, because as the posts are being filled, others they become vacant. So you sort of have this assurance that you will realize savings when it comes to compensation of employees, which you can reprioritize to programs such as the pay progression. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I think I've got many more questions, but I think that's enough. Honourable members can also ask questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Honourable de Klerk. I will move to Honourable Browteseth.
Chair, you'll be happy to hear I don't have any questions because I serve on this committee and I've already traversed all the relevant areas with my colleagues opposite, and they know my point of view and we've shared information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chairperson. Greetings to the department and my colleague Aibo and my colleagues here, honourable members. You hear what Brother said is saying, Honourable Chair. He's saying I must be quick. I don't serve on the department on this portfolio.
Protected, Honourable Sir.
Thank you so much, Chair. Well, I have a few questions, Honourable Brother said, don't worry. Thank you for the presentations to the department. They are well welcome. Thank you for attending, Honourable Premier. For the first time I'm seeing you in this committee. I'm joking. Okay, my first question, Chair, is the department has cut compensation of employees by 21.9 million, while simultaneously increasing its spending on machinery and equipment and transfers. Why is the department prioritizing new vehicles and equipment over filling a critical vacant post and retaining skilled personnel? That's my first question. The second one, there's a chronic disease with department which is called the under-budgeting for staff exit cost. And it is said that it's requiring an additional 1.3 million in the 2026-2027. Now my question now is, are they actually saying that there is poor human resource planning, and how are they planning to cure the chronic disease, the under-budgeting? Third one is, the department has decided to scale down service delivery projects and events to realize savings, they say, imaphi lama specific crime awareness, school safety and community programs azo-reduced by how much, and what is the expected impact on crime prevention outcomes? The fourth if not fifth, is on the Youth Empowerment Fund. The department is injecting another 20 million on the Youth Empowerment Fund from the reprioritization into KZN Youth Empowerment Fund for 2026-2027 only. Despite our previous tranches, 75 million plus 24.3 million that had been rolled over and returned. What evidence can you provide that this fund is delivering measurable youth empowerment outcomes rather than becoming a recurring sinkhole for the public funds? And why is the funding for the Youth Empowerment Fund being prioritized at the expense of the core departmental functions, such as goods and services, employee compensation, and legal cost management? I'll end there for now, Honorable Chair. Thank you so much.
Very much, Honorable Seme. I think we will request that when we contribute, we indicate which department, so that the leader of that particular department can note to say that specifically we are asking community safety and liaison. This one we are asking OTP or Zulu Royal Household. I will request that, but you had...
Thank you, Chair. It's the OTP, Office of the Premier.
OTP.
Thank you very much.
HOD, you'll assist us. Who's going to respond on that, or it's you directly? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I did note one question relating to school safety. I just wonder if maybe you didn't mean that one for if the honourable member for com safety. But nonetheless, with regards to vehicles, honourable members will note that in the 2026-27 financial year, there is an asset disposal that occurs in that financial year, and therefore there is then that prioritization which justifies such. The asset disposal is not a recurring matter. It happens once it happens to happen in this financial year. Therefore, it justifies that matter. Then, in relation to under budgeting, there is in this presentation there is an outline of movements or reprioritization, not so much under budgeting that occurs, but reprioritization across various programs. But one would note, for example, and administration in 2026-27, that if you compare that with the final 27-28, there is actually a growth in that financial figure. And the same occurs generally throughout the various programs. Then in relation to the youth fund, a rollover was requested, but it's not correct. The funds were not returned, they were spent. And the fund itself forms part of a key program in terms of the department's mandate, and the youth fund is a key program within the particular branch that it is in. Thank you very much.
Or we must give it to them to finalize all your questions, and then you make a follow-up. Because the
Can
one
I just
for
make one follow-up, Honourable Chair, just one based on the answer that he has given with regards to Youth Empowerment Fund.
Or you will
Just
come.
one
You will
follow-up.
come back. You will do that. We want the community safety because there is a question.
Okay.
They will answer, and then after that we come back to you. Sorry for that.
No, we are humbly requesting, Honorable Chairperson, that the question be repeated. Thank you.
Around the issue of community safety, Honorable Seme.
Yeah. My question was that each department has decided to scale down its service delivery projects and events to release savings. Now I'm asking MAP, specific crime awareness, school safety and community programs as will reduce and by how much? And what is the expected impact with crime prevention outcomes?
Thank you. I think you got.
Thank you, Chairperson. CFO is going to respond to the question. Thank you.
Honorable Chairperson, Premier, and colleagues, I think in relation to scaling down, as far as the Department of Community Safety and Liaison is concerned, it has not scaled down in terms of the core, which is our main mandates, which is ensuring safer communities. So when you look at the budget for 26-27 on slide number 21, we've got safety promotion there allocated 87.8 billion. So we have not scaled down from the baseline, which is 25-26.
I think what the honourable member is saying, you are correct to indicate that you are not scaling on the main mandate of a department, but those that we are scaling down is saying how much, because it has been there, are you going to scale down? What impact it will have?
Okay.
If there is no impact, you indicate.
Okay. There will be no impact because the department has entered into partnership with mostly schools. So in terms of what we were paying before, we'll pay less because we've partnered with school. So the schools will provide some of the resources which we have been providing. So the budget is still within what we'll be able to provide and what is per our core mandates.
Okay. You are saying that you are in partnership with the schools. There is no negative impact that will take place. In other way, it will be a credit to you because you will spend less what you were spending.
From what we've been spending before.
Is it an agreement with the schools or the department so that we are clear as a committee? The department, because if we are talking about the schools, there are so many schools in KwaZulu-Natal. So it will be better for us to know exactly whether it's an agreement with the department or certain school. We are piloting maybe with the certain school so that we are clear when we record here down. Thank you. Over to you, NG. Kanyile.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I think the first point of departure, Chairperson and the honorable members, that we need, the premise that we need to depart from is that this department is underfunded. In the sense that we are dealing with a very sensitive issue in the province. There can never be enough money when it comes to the issues of crime. But as CFO has indicated, that through partnerships, that is what we are endeavoring to do. And you will notice also in our annual performance plan that we have increased our target when it comes to partnerships, because we want to partner with the business sector, we want to partner with any other entities of government to support us financially in the fight against crime. So then we are trying to make the best out of the little budget that we have as this department to maximize the fight against crime. So, and then as CFO has alluded to in terms of slide number 21, where we are reporting that we're presenting that in 2026-27, it's 87.8 million. And then in 2027-28, it's 87.5, which is a slight reduction from comparative to the current financial year. And then in 2028-2029, there is an increase also because we want to reprioritize going back to safety promotion programs. The other issue also is the department that we are juggling to balance in our core mandate, which is program 2, is the increase also in the capacitation of our community safety structures, who are the force multipliers on the ground to assist us in fighting crime in all aspects of our communities, including the schools. So we now have to juggle as to this financial year, which area are we focusing on? Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much. I will also request honorable members to focus on the financials because there are portfolio committees that are dealing with the nitty-gritties. We must focus more on the financials of the department, like the issue that the colleague was raising, the issue of the youth fund and so on, because this is where we make more input as this committee. But we have interest even on those. But here, let us try and prioritize the financials so that we leave it to the committee. That's why this committee invites portfolio committees to be here so that they listen to what they present to us and go back and deal with those specifically. Honorable Seme, follow-up question if you have.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, my question was based on the financials. They are saying they are scaling.
No, it's general, not yours.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's general, reminding the committee.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. A follow-up on the youth fund, on the issue of empowerment youth fund, Honorable Chair. HOD, if I'm not mistaken, has said that there is no rollover or a returned tranche. Am I correct in your answer for my question? But on your presentation, HOD, on page 6, if I'm not mistaken, Program 3 says increases in the adjustment appropriation was the KZN Youth Empowerment Fund rollover. But you just said there was no rollover or returned tranches. Nonetheless, my question was that what evidence can you provide that this fund is delivering measurable youth empowerment outcome rather than becoming a recurring sinkhole for the public funds? And why is the fund for Youth Empowerment Fund being reprioritized or prioritized at the expense of the core departmental functions, such as goods and services, employee compensations, and legal cost management? That was my question. Thank you so much, Chairperson.
To you, sir.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, and thank you very much for the question. I think that the record will show that one indicated that there was a rollover and the monies were then spent, which was to refute the term that the monies were then returned. So the youth fund is to make the point. The youth fund is able to then spend its allocated funds. And insofar as the question of why there is a prioritization, and again, it is a core mandate of the department, and this allocation is in fulfillment of that. Thank you very much.
Are you covered, Honorable Seme? The HOD is saying when they prioritized, they look at the core mandate of the department. And then those that they created, but not in the core mandate of the department, is where they reduce budget from, if I heard the HOD well. On why prioritizing this over this, they are saying that they look at the core mandate of the department because it's where they are going to be measured on the mandate. Any other follow-up question, colleague? Honorable Kani, usakhathele. Sagijima kakhulu bafethu.
Ngalibala nokulibala. Thank you, Chair. Sibingelela uPremier uMphemba. Nethimba lakhe lonke. Bingelela nama honorable members. I just have a few questions. First one will be Program 2. Program 2 shows low growth on 2026-27, partly because of a once-off allocation for legal fees related to the suspension of HODs. Now, into bengifisa ukuyazi ukuthi mangaki lama HODs are suspended, and what is the total legal cost to date, and what steps are being taken to prevent ukuthi singaphinde siyithole silandela ama processes azosithatha imali kakhulu. Eyokuqala leyo angazi noma ngeke kwesibili.
Yes, come with both of them and then they respond.
Okay,
if you are not satisfied with the response, you will then make a follow-up.
Okay, second one, Program 3 shows negative growth. How will the department maintain oversight policy and governance functions with reduced resources? Number 3, why has corporate services in Program 1 71.510 million become one of the largest items, while core service delivery areas face cuts and scaling down? The fourth one will be no allocation has been made for buildings and other fixed structures. Is the department comfortable that all current police stations, offices and facilities require zero maintenance or upgrades over the entire MTF period? Sebese kuzothi ukugcina iya kwi Royal Zulu Royal Department. Leyo ngizoyibeka nje ngesiZulu mhlawumbe khona izozwakala kahle. Last year when you guys were here, we suggested ukuthi kube nendlela esinceda ngayo indlu yasebukhosini ngokuthi ikwazi ukuthi ibe nendlela ezokwazi ukuthi kube nemali eyenzayo. We then gave you an idea of ukuthi how about kube kuyokwenziwa i-research kwi-Royal House yasebafukeng eNorthwest, because kunezimayini eziningi ezilaphaya. And why sasisho njalo, it's because we have noticed ukuthi i-KZN nayo inazo izimayini. Right now we have the likes of Zululand Anthracite Colliery evaliwe, that's got a serious lifespan of coal. Esicabanga ukuthi if besikade singakwazi ukuthi si-adopt the business model abayisebenzisayo ngaliya siyisebenzise ngapha ibingasebenzela. So bengifuna ukucheck ukuthi how far with that, because that was a suggestion nakhona yini ukuyenza and senikuphi nayo. Ngiyabonga.
Seme, I think
no, Honorable Moheka.
No, it's because Mina no Sem, yes. Honorable Kanye, thank you very much. I'm so sorry to call you Seme. It's because I'm used to Seme more than you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for that. Over to you. to the department.
I will request the CFO to assist with regards to the question of legal fees, if the amount is available.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. In the previous financial year, Chair, with regards to the legal services, you would note that in the approved budget, there was an amount that was budgeted which was increased by 10 million during the adjustment budget due to the legal costs that were required. However, this year we have cut down due to the fact that most of the cases had been finalized. One in the main that was requiring lots of legal fees was the one that relates to His Majesty the King. So in the main, the ongoing cases have reduced, hence the budget was done accordingly. However, should any new cases occur or come up, Chair, we will reprioritize accordingly. So in our view, this was a realistic and cost-effective provision that has been allocated, Chair. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. The first question, Honorable Chairperson, was on the expenditure on corporate services. The expenditure, the 71 million on corporate services, includes the compensation of employees of all the officials under this sub-program, mainly at head office and also in all our districts who are the support services. But the major cost driver under corporate services is the leases, where we are leasing our offices. Because most of of the buildings that we are using are privately owned, and some we are in the two-song centers that are under the municipalities, or we are sharing buildings with other government departments, and we obtain those office space and accommodation through the utilization of the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure. So that is the major cost driver, which is leases, and also the vehicles, the state vehicles, and all the expenses that has to do with maintenance, fuel, and repairs. For all the vehicles in the department, they are also budgeted for under corporate services. And then I would like to indicate and confirm, Honorable Chairperson, that as the Department of Community Safety, we are not responsible for the construction and the maintenance of the police stations. That function rests with the Department of South African Police Service or the Department of Police, which is a national department. So thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson.
Zulu Royal Household.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson and honorable members. On the question, based on the visit to Royal Bafokeng, the visit has not taken place, but it's on card, and it's a priority. It's one of the things or the priorities even the Honorable Premier has given to the board. We wanted to conduct the visit with the board. So now that the board has been appointed, we will be visiting the Royal Bafokeng to conduct the benchmark exercise. Thank you.
Are you fine? Okay. Honorable Dex. I see now Honorable Browterset also raising something. Let me give it to you, Honorable Browterset, with the agreement with Dex.
No, I'm not agreeing, Chair. Can't do that.
Oh, okay. It's because he said small thing. I know that you'll be coming with big thing here.
No, Chair, I'm not going to come with big
Okay,
things.
over to you, sir.
I'll
Dex?
not come with big things, Chair.
Honorable Dex?
Yeah, Chair, there's a lot of questions that we all wanted to ask, but most of the questions have already been asked. Now, my colleague, the first person that asked questions, Honorable de Klerk, identified a number of issues. Some of them that I wanted to raise here, to identify a number of issues. And he then posed a question to after every question, he said, what is the department's plan to fix it? And I've heard no plan from the department. In their response, there was absolutely no plan. So I'm getting the feeling here, I'm of the view that this department have no plan, is clueless on how to fix these issues. That's my view on the matter. But I will ask a question, but I'll do ask it a different way. To ask a different way, and there's just this one question, and I'll do a follow-up on it. As we are seated here with the department, can the department please explain, please inform us, do you all foresee any over-expenditure in this what you have presented to us? At the end of the financial year, do you all see there will be any over-expenditure on these budgets? In the royal, for example, the royal household, do you foresee any over-expenditure? Now there's a question, they must respond to that question. Answer that question.
See. Over to you, OTP.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To be direct, Chair, we don't foresee any unauthorized expenditure at the end.
No, I did not say unauthorized, I said over-expenditure.
Yes, over expenditure, Chair, being incurred at the end of the financial year.
Yes.
You are assuring us that there will be no over expenditure at the end of the financial year.
There will be.
Is that what you are saying, so that we record it correctly?
With the regular monitoring, Chair, that we do every month and which are also being reported to the committee, yes, there won't be any.
Okay. Chairperson, I'm going to hold. Mr. Who's that speaking here? Mr. Who's that?
I was saying, can you make your...
No. That's my final point I'm making.
You are fine with the response?
No, I'm not fine with the response.
Okay.
I'm going to hold this department accountable when they come to Scopa. If there's any over expenditure here, because the official here, I do not know his name, I'll get you his name from you. Say he can guarantee us that there will be no over expenditure. Just for example, 18 beneficiaries has been added in the royal household. Just for that alone, you're going to have about a 6 million rand over expenditure at the end of the financial year. You tell me there's going to be no expenditure, I will hold you to that and we'll deal with this matter in Scopa when you appear before Scopa. Thank you, Chair.
Also with the HOP, this is a commitment for the department through the CFO that there shall be no over expenditure, no under expenditure, because both of them, according to the law, PFMA, are not allowed. Okay, so
Thank you very much. I think the question also perhaps was misunderstood in the sense that the honorable member directed the question to OTP or to the royal household. And the CFO is correct to state what the commitment that he has stated. In fact, it's a commitment we all make. But if we are being specific to your question on the Royal Household Trust, then I would request Mr. Buthelezi to respond. Thank you very much.
Honorable Tex, Honorable Tex, I think the acting HOD, oh no, DG, I'm so sorry, acting DG is correct. Are you directing this question to all the three departments?
I was directing it to the royal household, and I said it to the royal household, and I wanted the response, but perhaps all three departments should respond.
But the person that responded is not from the... Yeah, can we hear from the Zulu royal household? Because there is a commitment also in the OTP. They know that it's illegal to overspend. I think all of them. But can we hear from the Zulu royal household? I was told that the budget is too little for royal household. Hence, Honorable Kanye was talking about program 3 of royal household. Whether are they implementing that one, because it talks about fundraising and so on. That's why I was thinking that maybe he will make a follow-up. But in the previous year, I did raise that question to say that from 2018, the existence of this Zulu royal household, we don't see, because the reason for the formation of the Zulu royal household, as Honorable Kanye was saying, it was to assist in Ndlunkulu to really assist them in regards to their expenses and their needs going forward. But till today, I'm not sure, because I'm no more serving in the OTP. I was the chairperson in the 6th administration in OTP. I think Zulu royal household, they know my position from there, is even the time when I was a chairperson there to date. I think there are different attempts that they have tried to do fundraising with SPA, the other thing, and they indicated also on the issue of agriculture and so on. But it's not getting to our expectation that the existence, Honorable Premier, for this Zulu royal household was to assist your department, as you indicated when you were doing presentation, that there is no enough budget to do what you want to do in the department. Hence, the decision was taken to say that there must be a formation of the Zulu royal household so that they fundraise to assist the department. But at the moment, it goes back to the OTP and so on. Can we give it to you, sir? The question is coming from Honorable Dex to you. Can you assure this House that at the end of the financial year, there shall be no over expenditure?
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, and the question from Honorable Deck. We can assure you, Honorable Chairperson and Honorable Members, we are not allowed to overspend our budget. But as the member has indicated, that there has been additional beneficiaries. There are still discussions that are being undertaken with our parent department as well as Treasury. And we have indicated on the presentation that over the past 4 years, the trust budget has been subjected to annual adjustment because of that. If we run out of our budget or funds, we'll have to stop some of the program or reprioritize our project. But our commitment is that we will not overspend the budget. We will not spend what we don't have. Honorable Chairperson and Honorable, thank you.
Chair. Yeah, Chair, it's fine. We have heard there will be no over expenditure of the budget. So we take that. So we are going to hold these officials to their word that there's going to be no over expenditure of this budget. Under expenditures will not be tolerated because there's not enough money, so how do you underspend when there's not enough money? But you see the challenge I'm having with this response from the official, if we see we're going to overspend, then we'll stop we'll hold projects. Now, we sit here and we must approve budgets for projects that will never happen, that may never happen. And that's a problem. We can't budget like that to say that if I see I'm going to overspend, then I'm going to stop projects. Because we go out to communities and we tell them these are the projects that will come. Officials already knows that maybe I'll go over budget, but if I see I'm going to go over budget, then I'll stall some of these projects. When we have already told communities about this project, we approved these budgets. We said these are the projects in the budget. That's very problematic. But anyway, we'll have further hearings still later on in this year. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Dex. If I can ask a question, Zulu Royal Household, as we are presenting your budget here, I think the CFO from OTP indicated that you were given 28 million, if I heard very well. Out of the budget that you have you put your targets in line with the budget that you have? Because I think the concern of Honorable Dex is what we are saying, to say, no, you can't overspend. If you see that now there will be over expenditure, it means that you'll abandon, the programs. I think as honorable members, we can't allow that. That the project that have started, because that one will be a wasteful or fruitless expenditure. If you start a project, you don't continue. And we as honorable members, we go to our constituencies, we announce, we are saying that this is the budget from OTP, Community Safety, Zulu Royal Household. They are going to do 1, 2, 3. And all of a sudden, they are abandoned on the middle of nowhere. I don't think, maybe if you can assure us that what you have budgeted for is in line with the target that you have set according to the budget that you have, because you'll be accounting on that. So we as finance committee, we follow the money, and to see where the money landed, whether it makes a difference to our communities. Hence, we cannot allow a budget that will spend and then no positive outcomes in regard to service delivery. Can we hear from you an assurance on that one? Over to you, Mr. Buthelezi.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Now I can confirm, Honorable Chairperson, our targets are in line with the budget. In most cases, the budget program that is normally under budget pressure or budget constraints is program 2, where we provide support to the royal family. So we don't have project as much in that program. It's just a service we provide. So there are no projects that we will stop because of the maybe they're looking at when we check the budget, we'll see that maybe we are overrunning. But we will reprioritize it in such a way that we will try and find those services that we provide that we may require to stop or maybe defer, but it's not going to be the big project, Honorable Chairperson. I can confirm that.
Okay. I recall that in the previous year, you indicated that Treasury was going to assist you to try and implement Program 3 in regard to fundraising for beef production. Can you update us here? Where is that negotiations? Because I think it was negotiations because there was no outcome by then.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. That project is still ongoing. We are moving forward with the implementation. The only part that delayed us on the implementation was the transfer of the farm. We have been assured that we will receive a letter for the transfer of the farm where we want to implement this project. But besides that, Honorable Chairperson, we have proceeded with all the processes for the implementation of the project. We've appointed engineers to do the design for the farms. We've procured the farming equipments that we will be using the farm. So the project is going ahead. We have even requested support from other stakeholders like the Department of Agriculture and Agricultural Development Agency to assist us in implementing this project. But also, Honorable Chairperson, we can confirm that we are providing regular reports on the portfolio committee for the Premier, and they are also assisting us even with suggestion to ensure the correct or the success implementation of this project. Thank you.
Is there any commitment from Treasury to really assist you? Because if you can be assisted, I think that can be a start of trying to get funds to continue with the work of the royal household. Do we have Treasury with us here? Because we are getting the response that it's in the process. But you can continue with the process, but if there is no commitment from Treasury, it can be also a fruitless exercise. Can we request a Treasury, if we are on the visual platforms, to assist us? Because I know the processes that were unfolding, and then it stuck on the way, and then take a reverse to start afresh. Or Hobby Wang or Jeremy, any one of you to assist us, because Zulu Royal Household is not going to achieve this alone as they are negotiating, so that we don't have high expectation for something that is not going to take place. Oh, there is nobody there. Over to you, sir, from Treasury. Oh, ma'am. No, it's ma'am. Over to you.
Afternoon, Chair. The analyst for Zulu Royal is on the call. Noktula, she will respond. Thank you.
Thanks, Chairperson. We are providing support to the trust. The trust has committed their budget for 25-26 towards the project, and they will be looking at sourcing investors for the balance of the funding, because the total cost of the project is 20 million. So on Treasury's side, we do not have funding to allocate towards the project, but we are in support of the project. The funds that will be used is the allocation from the trust towards the program, plus funding from investors that will be sourced by the entity. Thanks.
Okay, it's still a challenge. Okay, I think that was the last response from Royal Household. Honorable Dex, are you finished with yours? I want to move to Honorable Brauteset if you are finished.
I don't want to delay Honorable Tim, because I refuse to allow him to speak before me. So I don't want to delay him any further. But just to say, Chair, we are not happy with the responses. We know what's going to happen here. We say it every year. Departments appear before us, we tell them what's going to happen. They say, no, it's not going to happen that way. And then come end of the financial year, we see exactly what we have told them will happen that's going to happen. And also on the issue of the going to that royal house in where? Place is it? Where about?
Northwest.
Northwest, to go to Northwest. I mean, we've said this for many years ago, since we came here. And now we get told, no, we haven't been there, but it's a priority or waiting for the board. And also if you look at self-sustainable projects and fundraising, and you look at all the projects there, there's nothing happening there. It just says bankable projects approved, new, year in and year out, and I think it says new. I wanted to ask what is actually going on there, but we will see later on in the year because the department will come to Scopa, so we'll see later on in the year. Thank you, Chair.
It was just a comment. It does not need a response. Can I go to Honorable Brauteset? There is something that he said he wants to say.
Thank you, Chair. And Chief, just for the record, I didn't expect to go in front of Honourable Dirks. I was behind Honourable Dirks in the queue, so I expected no favours. Yeah, I want to get a commitment as well out of Mr. Buthelezi or out of the Premier, because obviously, Premier, this all falls under you. The visit to Royal Bafokeng, you'll know that I raised that a long time ago. I went into great detail in a speech in this House. We probably will be meeting with you as Finance Committee midterm. So that's probably around about October, November, depending on the elections and everything. I don't know if we'll call you to Scopa because that depends on what the AG has to say about this department. But I do know we'll see you again for midterms. Can you commit that by then you would have visited Royal Bafokeng? Because we've been talking about this for a while. Can you or the Premier commit? Because I think it's time for talking. We must get moving on this thing now, please. I would like to get that answer, Chair. Thank you.
Well,
no, I will give it to you, Honorable Premier, but yeah, it's something for the department, but as members, we are interested even on the things of the department that does not deals with the issue of finances. Over to you, Honorable Premier.
well, thank you, Honorable Chair and honorable members. I think in my first engagement with the board of the trust, I made that call. It was as if I anticipated this discussion. I might have not been aware of the previous suggestions, but it has been on the line, except that when the board was appointed, that was my input, that we need to expedite this benchmarking. I was specific to the Royal Bafokeng Household Trust. I was specific that they need to. And I am hopeful that that is going to happen as I made a call, because the board committed that they are going to respond to my call too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. I think the Premier was on point if he suggested that benchmarking for Zulu Royal Household. But my question as a person that plays oversight in this side, is it part of Zulu Royal Household APPs, this benchmarking? Because it can't just come outside the APPs, because you must account for the funds that you are giving. Can we check that? Because we are going to approve it today. No, I think the department has approved OTP as well as, yes. But is it part of your APPs? The Premier raised it because he foresee the challenges in regard to the finances. As for years, we have been raising this. This is my second term here, Honorable Premier, in the legislature. When I came, I was chairing the OTP. These are the things that we debated and said they must try to really deal with it. And you just come, you did not know that we discussed that, but you raised the very same thing. Is it part of the APP? This benchmarking, because it's critical to share experiences and knowledge with other people that are advanced, you know, in regard to dealing with fundraising and everything. Honorable Telezi. Oh, yeah, we are honorable because you are responding to our question.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. The visit to the Royal Bafokeng and other benchmark exercise that we will be doing, it's not reflecting on the APP, but it's part of the operational plans that support the target of the business development on Program 3. Honorable Chairperson.
We heard you. Colleagues, is there any other hand before we round off these discussions on the visual platforms? I see Honorable Pasiela. Over to you, Honorable Pasiela.
Greetings, Chair. Greetings to the team and to other members. I'm covered by most of the questions, but just one question only that I have, and that is, as part of our oversight, is there a way in which we can visit the entire Ngonyama Trust finances by way of perhaps meeting a board and having a look at what is their income from the rentals, and on what basis is only 5% of their income allocated to the Zulu Royal Household Trust? Thank you, Chair.
I did not hear well the question, because today they are presenting their finances before us. I don't know oversight what we're going to do on the finances, or the honorable member is suggesting that we must request, I don't know what, because these are the reports from Royal Household. I don't know oversight. Maybe if you can explain to me.
Perhaps, Chair, that we request for a for the statement for the financials from the Ngonyama Trust, so that we can understand what rentals do they receive from the land that is occupied and leased from the Ngonyama Trust.
My Ngonyama Trust, I think the account national. It's not here. They are not accounting to us here in Ngonyama Trust. We are talking about Zulu Royal Household Trust, not in Ngonyama Trust. There are no funds. The funds for Zulu Royal Household Trust is the one that they present to us annually, to us for the budget. Maybe we'll discuss when we are alone in the finance committee on what you really want to know, but it's not within our jurisdiction, that one. I think that was the last. Yes, Honorable Pasiela.
No, nothing further, Chair. I just thought we could we could get a statement at least to begin looking at the income and how that income can supplement the Royal Zulu Household Trust.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Pasiela. Maybe we'll talk. I don't think it's within our jurisdiction to request, but we can discuss here. If maybe we request sometimes to request them to come and do presentation here in the committee, but not to say that we can request statements for them, because the way we made them accountable is these financials that they present to us expenditure, you know. That's how they have used the money. Thank you very much. I think you have all. Honorable members, we are going to have the resolutions as a finance. The first one is the concern that has been raised by honorable members around the issue of the Youth Empowerment Fund allocation. In KwaZulu-Natal, Honorable Premier, we are having a high unemployment, and most of those people are young people. And the issue of the funding, because it was hundreds, you know, it started being 50 because we proposed it in the 6th administration, 50 million, and we requested to be increased. But now, Honorable Premier, you indicated that the challenges of budget constraints, and we are giving 20 million for youth fund. Hence, the honorable members are requesting the long-term plan in regard to this youth fund, not to, you know, something that you'll get 20 and then you'll come to that sustainable way of having this youth fund, because I think it makes difference, Honorable Premier, to the young people on the ground, especially in the deep rural areas. So we appreciate that they have given this 20 million, but really, I think the departments must further indicate the source from which the additional funds required to top up these 20 million. I don't think there is anything you'll do with the 20 million, Honorable Premier. So it's something that we'll request that it must be followed up and then get a report. But we'll do all this that I'm saying in writing to the Department of the Premier or to the Office of the Premier. And also we have the honorable members raised the issue of the pay progression shortfall in outer years. It's one of the things that is a concern to the honorable members. And then we will request the department to indicate whether provision has been made to fund the pay progression shortfall in the outer years, so that we get it from the horse's mouth going forward. The other resolution is in regard to the reduction of goods and services allocation. We have noted that there is that reduction, but we'll request that the department indicates the practical impact that this reduction will have on service delivery, because our concern as honorable members is service delivery to our people that have voted for us, and also to further specify which services will be scaled down as a result of that. Honorable members, the other one was regard to what was raised also in regard to the negative growth under Program 3 allocation. Negative growth in the allocation under Program 3 has been noted also, that there is that challenge. But we'll request the department to indicate how it will maintain our effective service delivery under Program 3 in light of the negative growth. The fifth one will be around the issue of unfilled critical vacant position. We have noted that there are critical vacant posts that has not been filled, and we will request the department to indicate why critical vacant posts have not been prioritized, because they are critical, and they will also assist the department to perform the work that they are supposed to do. And the other one is the cost litigation linked to suspended HODs that was raised by honorable members. The suspension of HOD's department and the associated ongoing litigation have been noted on the reports, and we therefore request that the department provide the number of heads of department currently on suspension, so that we can also monitor the value for money and also the challenge, because we are facing critical under budgeting to all the department, and the Premier indicated that they want to do more, but the budget does not allow them to do that. So we therefore request that the department must indicate whether it has considered conducting a benchmarking study with the Royal Household Bafokeng in order to assist the Zulu Royal Household Trust to generate income independently as it was formed for. So these are the recommendations that we are making, and the last one, or the second, oh no, the last one. The last one is in regard to financial implications for reducing awareness programs and events in the community safety and liaison, as they have presented before us. And it has also been noted that the department has formed partnership with various entities in support of crime-fighting initiative. And we therefore request the department to provide a list of the community awareness programs and events that will be discontinued or reduced, and also to indicate the impact that the scaling back these programs will have on crime-fighting initiatives. Also, the department indicated that they have got a memorandum of understanding with the schools. We therefore request that the department updates, the department also present to us the partners in relation to crime-fighting initiatives. We know that it's not only schools, also the HOD indicated that also the business also is invited, and we note that it's an ongoing, negotiations to get more to support the department. Maybe if we can have that report to this committee so that we know. On the Zulu Royal Household Trust, they must update us on the beef production projects that they are saying that they are having. The progress will require the progress, because Treasury has indicated also that it's an ongoing progress, but it's not come to its finality. That now we know that the royal household will be assisted to have to fundraise, or also to implement Program 3, which deals specifically with fundraising and make it independent from keep on asking finances from Premier's office, so that the Premier can also be sustainable in dealing with the mandate that the Premier is given according to the Constitution and the legislations of this country. So these are some of the things, but we'll do it officially, Honorable Premier, to come to your office. Maybe before we close, I will request the Premier to do the last comments on the meeting that we are having, and then after that, I will call for the closure of the meeting. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, Honorable members, and the acting DG, SOD, and management from OTP and Department of Community Safety and Liaison. No, thank you very much for this very important engagement, and it's an eye-opener, and I'm hopeful that the responses that are expected in writing, they will be furnished by the department, and even the comment on the agency on benchmarking, I think is supporting already what I've been already trying to advocate for in the department. And thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier. DG. Zulu Royal Household, thank you very much for coming to us, and be honest when you are presenting to us. We really appreciate that, because if you are not honest to tell us your problems and so on, we are not going to know. Because at the end of the day, we are the people that pass the budget, that will raise to say that this department is having that challenge and that department is having that challenge. Honorable Premier, for respecting us, we are honored, and thank you very much. And we think that in future, this relationship will continue in all the committees. Thank you so much. Honorable members, the meeting stands adjourned. Have a safe journey. Thank you.